There we go. You got it. Let's do Jim.
Okay, let's see here.
Justin. I did not know you had me on camera while I was getting things organized. You stinker.
Let's see.
Still 6:29, so we're okay.
Hold on a second. There's a delay on this.
Mhm. There you go.
So we're going to, all right.
Did that go out to anybody?
It's being recorded. We can clean it up a little bit later. So, I just want to. Okay. All right. So I think we're good recording wise. And I don't see that we have any participants. So
is it actually recording?
It's recording. The thing, I haven't figured this out yet. I could spend a little more time with it, but we're on two different things now. So this is the Zoom meeting, and then there's YouTube in the background that's recording it. And so there is a delay in that recording. So I turned the sound off. And so we can hear ourselves. We're not going to get, it's like having a delayed conversation on phone.
Yeah.
Right.
But we should probably not have it blurred so that we can see all the participants.
Oh, yeah.
Because otherwise I look like I'm here alone. And I don't think that's what the SBOA wants.
Oh, I forget where I did that. Oh, that's all right. It's over here.
The top. We should have practiced. There we go. All right.
Different too.
There we go. All right, Dan, you're on candid camera.
Could have wore something not there.
Maybe you wanted to be on camera.
No.
All right, well, we should call this meeting to order. Make a motion to start the meeting.
Make a motion, we start the meeting.
Okay. Seconds
No second.
in favor?
Right.
Okay, here we are. Happy March 10th, everyone. Welcome to the York Township. What are you doing, dear?
Just keep going.
York
You're
Township
recording.
meeting. We have our agenda here. And the first order of business on our agenda is the annual financial review. So we'll give this to you guys to look over. And it went as planned. It's all complete. It's all submitted to the SBOA website. And so we have to certify it. Few minutes to look it over if you like. But it has all the
I think I
expenses.
recorded this and think, maybe not. Would have been on record before.
It will be in the paper. We'll put it in the paper. So. Oh, did you need an agenda? This one's better. So what we need to do is to certify that it finished, it's submitted. By signing either This report was received, accepted, and approved by the Township Board at its annual meeting on the 10th day of March. Or this report was received, accepted, and approved except for the following parts by the following Township Board members at its annual meeting. I don't know why you wouldn't approve, why somebody wouldn't know, approve all of it. It is just what we spent and what we brought in. So,
Take a moment to read it.
yeah, absolutely.
There's no hurry.
Take your time. So Dan, I would have you sign here and then all three of you would sign there. And then I send that to the newspaper.
Augusta Hill, $20. What is that for?
We had a meeting,
Oh,
we
okay.
had a meeting there and we get $20.
Says supplies, okay.
Yeah. Questions, Dan?
Harper Funeral
I
Home.
was just gonna ask that. We assisted with a funeral for somebody who couldn't pay for a funeral.
And met the requirements for us to pay for.
Yeah.
It was a definite assistance need.
It was Township assistant.
Anybody we know?
I honestly, even if I thought you did, I couldn't
That's
really
what I was
tell
gonna
you.
say, you
'Cause
can't
it is,
say.
it
Yeah.
is confidential, so
Oh, okay.
sorry.
Those zeros.
Just making sure it's recording.
Yeah, that's kind of a good thing. First, I'll tell you what that image. You got yourself or you moving in? Oh, we're back.
Is that electrical tape?
You forget what my husband does.
Okay.
I'm like, I need some electrical tape. Why? Stupid. It's like, I can't even cut it. It's bad. So for your poor thing, that concerned.
I make a motion, we approve the financial report.
Right,
Second.
right. Have Dan sign here and then. All right, and then if you want to sign here on that first line, yep. Yeah. I forgot to write your look up here, so I'll have to do that. All right.
These are.
It is.
It's like, why is it?
Yeah,
It's
it's a
weird.
new computer for us and I'm not used to it either. I don't choose to use that one. I like my one better.
I just recently discovered it's actually a touchscreen.
Oh, I like the
didn't think-
touchscreen part.
I didn't think it
feel
was.
like it's this way
Yeah.
because mine has that keypad over
Yeah.
here, the number pad.
You put it very much. Moving on. Pass it out. We've got our standards and guidelines, which really haven't changed from last year for township assistance. So. Doing much, sorry. The same, we're doing the same amounts for all of our assistants. The amounts haven't changed. We didn't talk about that at the beginning of the year meeting, so. And we did vote on it on, in January. And then we just need to sign it if you're still in agreement.
Really have anybody ask for it?
I wouldn't say rarely. I think I had 3 people this year. I think it's nice that people don't ask if they don't need it, but, you know, there's, generally when we do get a township assistance, it comes from, say, the county or, you know, one of the utilities will say, hey, have you tried your township? We get a call like that. I did get a call this year from somebody that was looking for their cemetery plot. And it turned out to be the wrong cemetery. So, you know, you get people that call and they're not in our township, and then you just have to guide them to who they are. I think it's pretty,
Not that you don't have them knocking down your door or,
Yeah.
lined up, but
Yeah.
just having half a dozen people ask for assistance in a year seems.
I don't know if people just don't know about it. We talked last year about maybe advertising, but we all kind of voted that down last year, so.
Just anything, just like
Sure.
prize, but,
Yeah. Yeah, can't answer why. We just, when people call, I answer and we try to fix them up a little bit if we can. If it is truly necessary. And a lot of times, I will sit down with them. I give them an Excel spreadsheet of their budget, tell them how they can change this, save here, do something different there. Do you realize you're spending this? Do you realize that somebody bought something on your credit card and it wasn't something you bought? Type of thing. So, we have a good, I wouldn't say financial counseling session, but we spend quite a bit of time together when I do have a meeting with somebody. And we try to talk to them about the ways that they're spending their money. Because we're not allowed to give assistance if there's a great amount of waste in the household. So,
She has had a couple in the past a couple of situations, not a couple, but when they understand what they have to share to go through this process, it does act as a deterrent.
right. I need 30 days worth of receipts, and then we have a sit down. I have to know what's in their checking account, what's in their savings account, things like that. And some people don't want to open that. So sometimes people call me and then they don't call me back to make an appointment. So it just is, but it's being a steward of the money. I have to tell them what the rules are that come from the state. So, all right. So that was the guidelines for York Township assistance policy. And I think Jim wanted to talk about the personnel nepotism and the York Township employee manual.
So
From
you
this
guys, I think you have one of these, right?
I'm gonna hand them out.
And this hasn't changed, but like, I don't think we've gone through this and so I can do it very quickly. I just feel like we've never had a chance to kind of run through that. And we've talked about all this, so you guys, you have approved this, but just as a refresher.
No.
So again, technically it's the handbook, all the do's and don'ts of the trustee's office. So a lot of it's expense and compensation related, but there's a few other ones in here. Anyway, starting out, it's a travel policy. So we don't reimburse for commuting, but she doesn't commute, so that's great. There is reimbursement for travel made for, you'll see there, for assistance, care of right cemetery and or training. And then there's outside Noble County reimbursement will be allowed for training at the Indiana Township Association. That's the one group she belongs to. They usually meet in
We don't.
Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, okay. In the past. And then whatever travel is the rates are set by the state, currently at 49 cents a mile. If parking and tolls are involved, especially going down to Indy, that would be part of what expenses we pay for. We pay for the training seminar fees if she goes. If it's overnight and it's out of town, we would pay for lodging.
We've never, just a note, never had to pay for parking, and I've never paid for lodging before because I've always had lodging down there. And I would actively look for somebody to stay with down there instead of incurring a hotel. Not sure if I can do that, but I would see if I could do that first of all before incurring hotel costs.
Yes. We do reimburse for meals, but I don't think you've ever,
I don't,
I mean, so it's just, these,
I gotta eat anyway.
right. Then this talks about the salary. So there's a trustee salary. And let's see, next page. It talks about public records, so record retention. First, as Linda gave to Eileen, and Eileen would give to somebody else if necessary, the records go with the office. All of our minutes and ledgers and stuff are we don't destroy those. So I do have something
They have quite a few.
from back in the 1800s, I think. if it's a contract, or claims and warrants paid, no longer than 3 years. For contracts and claims and warrants, it's 6 years. Anything else is 3 years. So it's just a policy. I mean, you typically have that, how long you should keep stuff. When you destroy it, it should be shredded or burned. There's a definition of what a public record is. And then in the nepotism policy, they basically explain, for the most part, that it's not allowed. There's some exceptions there if the person was already in office when someone was elected. And I think that's temporary, but none of that applies here. The only thing that's important is that the last paragraph, and I think we all know this, but just to reiterate it, if the trustee's office is located in the trustee's personal residence, then they may hire one employee who is a relative. That person may not have a salary that exceeds $5,000 a year. And so I am the relative and my salary is, my pay is well below that.
And that's because I talk about it. And he is always involved in.
Yeah. So it works out.
computer activity and
But
budgeting.
I don't think we've ever really gone through that again. So it's been a while. So there you go.
We don't have a credit card.
Oh, yeah, there's a credit card use. You can't use it. They don't want you going around the accounting system and stuff like that. We don't.
Usually I'll buy a ream of paper or whatever on the credit card and then pay myself back with the credit card. Township telephone and internet is taken care of by the township. Renting the office space, it's still at the same amount per year as it has been. Then we have our compensation. There are no employee benefits. We don't pay any overtime whatsoever. And for statute, I don't keep track of my hours worked.
Hey, there's one thing missing here, dear, is internal controls. Could you go right into discussion of memberships?
Well, internal controls are right here. So we all know the video from online. Oh, that's right. Internal control. We've all seen that. And then the internal controls that you wanted to.
Yeah, so I mean, I think you've at least seen the video once. So what you're signing is that you're at least aware of what's in that video. You don't necessarily make you watch it again. But it just occurred to me, I'm like, so what is, for your guys' sake, internal controls are basically just policies and steps in a process to make sure that somebody doesn't commit fraud, right? If you have just one person and no one else is looking at it, then there's, it's a higher risk for certainly the ability to commit fraud if no one else is watching, right? So I just wanted I started thinking about, well, so what's our, what do we do here to represent internal controls, okay? And so the first step, there's like 7 steps we go through. The first one is that the board approves the budget at the beginning of the year, which we did last meeting, right? Then the trustee operates within that budget that was approved by the board, right? But still, they're operating kind of alone. But there are receipts kept for expenditures, large and small, and those end up in the ledgers, and then you see all the different expenditures in the report. Those expenditures are recorded by the trustee in the ledger. The ledger is kept in sync or balanced with the trustee's bank statement. So you should see those are all there. And then the township's bank and ledger balances are uploaded to the State Board of Accounts monthly. And then that means they're available for public review. And then there's an annual report, which we just all talked about. And then finally, any and all receipts, bank statements, or account ledgers can be requested by any one of your board members for review at any time.
Well, and I think the other thing in that is that generally when we have an expenditure, like we all approve the budget, but also then when we write these contracts, you guys know about the contracts and you sign them and you know what they're for. And you know that they're within the budget that we set. So that is, Lee, you might have my signature page. You have it? No, this is mine. but there was one on the back of the, I think I gave you my top copy. No, I mean, you don't have it. No, they've got it. No, that, you guys could fill that out because I have to keep those on file.
So do you find it?
But I have another one over here, so I'll go grab it. I think I gave the bundle that has the signature page away. No. Get it.
What is it? I forget.
Oh, no, it's right here. It's right over here. So. Here is for the nepotism employee manual. Township.
So does that go with?
And then we just have to fill out our training certifications.
So that goes with your bundle.
Oh,
Political subdivision. Well, are
we- yeah, we're York Township. So we'd all be different political subdivisions.
No, I think we're all precinct A.
Precinct eight.
No, I was just gonna read it. Yeah, it is precinct.
Yeah, not York is.
You can put precinct date or York Township. She put York Township, so that's what I'm putting.
Position or title?
Advisory. Board. Need a pen?
Yes.
Uh, no, I guess not.
That's the board.
You are an appointee. An employee, so yeah, you do need to sign it. I think you signed it last year.
Well,
So we do this every year. Thank you, Dan.
It's all me.
Yeah, take it.
Yeah.
Sign.
Town. Your name.
Thanks.
do you have one for me or should I can do it later?
I do. I have. Here it is. Thank you. It's for you.
You can borrow a pen for a second. Thank you. Thank you.
Glasses back on. All right, so then the next order of business is the discussion of the ITA membership. As you remember, we all spoke about how the cost went up from $250 to $500 this year. For our township, based on our yearly budget. So everybody's went up, not just ours. Seminars, they hold trainings. Their online presence, they have a lot of resources, documents, information, things like that. It is a good thing to have. I don't like seeing things jump like that. So that's why I was not really all that excited about jumping back into a membership. I didn't want to make that decision alone.
What does ITA stand for?
Indiana Township Association.
Okay,
And
Indiana.
yeah, So they have I think it's a 2-day seminar and convention, conference, I should say, in October this year, the 11th and 12th. I haven't been in a couple years. I didn't go last year.
Did you get anything out of it when you went?
I did the first time. They
Yeah,
talked
was just
about
new at it.
cemetery maintenance, and we were in the middle of cemetery maintenance, things like that. So they have many different classes, or I guess breakout sessions, and you can pick what you want, what pertains to your township. So I think I did 5 or 6 different seminars, but the one I think I remember the best is a couple that works on cemetery maintenance. And they had a lot of good ideas, and that was helpful because we were just starting the cemetery. So
Do they have it already discussed what's going to be in October so you can plan ahead?
no, in fact, the only thing that they have online is this. So I looked it up. I wanted to find out what the price was, and so I could compare, okay, does it make sense to become a member and then have to pay more for the conference, which I should probably go to this year. Because if you're a non-member, you pay more. If you're a member, you pay the membership, and then I think one time it was like $300 for a member and $400 for a non. So, the online information is nice when you have a need. And then the conferences, you get a bit of a discount, but I didn't want to make the decision alone. So I wanted to know what you guys feel.
Well, do you think you'll benefit by going in October?
I probably should go. I haven't gone in 2 years.
Mhm.
I'm not aware if Linda ever went. I'm not aware. I never asked her.
I've
if
never
she
heard
ever
of it
went.
before.
Okay. So, she did tell me about the ITA, that we were members. She had, I think, kept a membership while she was trustee. I don't know what she used it, how much she used it. But I have used the online present, and I do once in a while email somebody and ask them a question.
So if we're not members, can you still use the online
No,
resources?
you're restricted on what you can get into. So that's the whole,
Do you know if, like, do you have to declare your or sign up by a certain date?
no, I don't think so.
So maybe,
No, they keep sending me reminders.
maybe you, let's say a month before the meeting or the conference, they actually come out with it. Maybe you can decide then to become a member.
But it's useful, so.
Or
I
if you
wouldn't
have a
be able to-
need between now and then, whenever you first have that need, then become the member.
Well, I'd really rather everybody sort of agreed on it, because we do talk about our finances.
My opinion is if you've used it and you think it's helpful and you're gonna be limited to what you can access, I think we should still do it.
Lee, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, same way.
I'm assuming it's.
I didn't like the jump. I didn't
Yeah,
like the
but
jump. That
what
bothered
hasn't?
me. But everybody went up. I don't know if they've had a lot of people drop. I have no idea. I have gotten, I think, one or
Wonder they double it like that. though.
Yeah, it bothered me. It really did. So. All right,
Do
so
we need a motion on
I
that?
think we should.
Dan?
I move that we, Tom, or a member of the ITA association.
Sure, because we have lapsed.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. I will send that off this week. All right, the next one. I saw Casey Myers, who everyone knows, maybe? Yeah. And we,
Not to know, Casey.
it's very true. One of the first people we met when we came. And they got our contract, and he signed it and sent it back. And he gave me a call, and he said, can you do us a favor? He had emailed this to me, and I didn't think much of it. I thought it was just sort of an advertisement. It didn't really stick in my brain. But he said, did you get the email I sent you with the flyer? And I said, probably. So I went back in there and looked, and sure enough, I had this beautiful flyer. And he said, I'm wondering if you guys, instead of making the check out to the Albion Parks Department, if we could make it, the Albion Parks Departments will still get the money. We send it to the Noble County Community Foundation. Because it's sort of like they collect the money for the Parks Department. And then if they reach a certain amount collected as donations, then they double it. They match it. So he had asked if it was possible. And I didn't want to just go ahead and do it without you guys knowing, because it was not the way we usually do it. But he said, it's, he was very excited about it. I just saw him this Saturday and I asked him again. And he said that it is just basically, they take the funds, they pool the funds, and then when it hits a certain amount, then they double it. So it's not that they're not going to get the money that we promised them in the contract. They will actually get double it. They will match it. So
I think that's a no-brainer.
is that okay with everybody? Should we do a
Just a matter of
motion?
writing another check.
Well, I never wrote a check yet.
Oh,
I
you
told
haven't.
him I'm gonna hold it. And then I would ask you guys, I said, can you wait till March? He said, I'd happily wait till March. All
They're gonna get more bang for their buck, I think.
right. So maybe a motion.
I think the motion that we comply with that.
Okay. Second? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, so we will do that way, and Casey will be very happy.
Pink.
Huh?
Tickled pink.
Yeah, he'll be really.
So you can remember that next year, right?
Yeah, I'll make sure that he's still working with that group.
Right.
Yeah. So, all
Well,
right,
That's probably just for that.
That project, yeah.
yeah, maybe,
Oh, I see.
maybe, yeah. All right, so this is some good news. So 4-H lost Terry Stump and Shelley Stump as leaders, as supervisors, the York Township 4-H. And I've been in contact with Julie Perlick, and she said that they have a new leader named Allison Hullinger. And so I'm going to send her a contract because she's going to be a supervisor in place of Terry Stump. So I'm going to send this contract around. So we usually have 2 leaders signed up, but we didn't this year because Terry, I never sent the check. I never sent the contract to Terry because he opted out this year. So we will sign this. So if you would sign next to your name, Dan, and then I will send it off to her and she will send it back. And then I send her a check after the fair. Pass it. Rick,
Do you know?
here,
And
there's a
No,
pen.
no. Either. You have any idea where she lived?
Yeah. Advertise it on the internet.
Get it down and look it up.
Don't worry about it, Chris. There you go, Lee. We're on our last item of business here. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry for. Thanks much. I will get that sent off and then we will have great 4-H year. All right, so the next one is cemetery update. So when we redid the cemetery, we had those blue signs that say it's a historical cemetery. There's one for the county home cemetery, and then there's one for Wright Cemetery, and we had to take those out when we were doing the work, and they sat in my garage. And so last year, we contracted with Hawpatch Fence and Rail to put back up the blue signs. And instead of just sticking a post in the ground, they made some nice matching fence rail, fence post to the aluminum, the new aluminum fence that we put in, with some nice caps on it. And then the blue sign hangs right in between. So it looks very nice for each sign. We did that. So there's one inside the gate, inside the drive gate, right outside the county home cemetery. And then there is one right next to the walk-in gate at, that where the little walkway is, so that people kind of identify that as a
Are they up now?
gate. They are up. They were put up this week or last week?
Last week.
Last week. And also, we had that deer damage to one of the sections of fence, and they repaired that too. So our cemetery is all in one piece and ready for the new year. So
Did we have to pay that whole thing, or do we have insurance to take care of that?
we have insurance, but
It's deductible.
it's really liability insurance.
Okay.
It's not really for that. So it's if somebody fell in a hole or something. So. And it really wasn't that much.
I just got it too, Dan.
I was gonna say, I'm not gonna go there.
It was $1,600 for all that work. So it was
Are
very.
you being a smarty?
I didn't get it either. All right, so I think I make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Come on.
Any,
Couple questions.
sure, of course.
There's talk or whatever that the consolidation of township
Yeah.
trustee. What's
I think that happens in 27. And I've heard Dave Abbott, our representative at the State House, say that most, or if not all, of our townships are they meet the mark of
Requirements.
being their own entities.
okay?
So they're gonna tell us. I'm just not quite sure how it's gonna pan out. Cause you
But
get
it's a couple
point.
years down the road before they
I
go
think
to
it's next year.
27.
I think it is.
27. Okay.
Yeah, I think
Probably.
they do it by a point system, and you have to have like 4 points to remain just your own.
So there are townships that don't have a trustee, don't file a budget, don't give assistance. And those are probably the three big things. So
I think it's mainly for the southern part of counties in southern Indiana. That's where I've heard of it being,
a problem.
yes.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
So
I think I read that in the paper or something. The Kindle paper had a big thing in it. Did you see that?
Hmm.
It's been a while. I
Okay,
mean, since our last meeting.
sure.
Well, at that time, the governor hadn't signed it when they come out with that article.
It gave
So I
a
didn't know
good
whether
echo.
he signed it or not. I'm assuming he probably would have.
I would imagine so, because I
it
think
passed.
it was a
the Senate bill was the one that passed. I think it was Senate Bill
House bill
270.
was not.
The
quite
House
as
bill was like,
complete.
get rid of it all. The Senate bill was take care of the problem children, but leave those that were functioning properly.
The Senate bill did.
Yeah.
It's kind
The
of
Senate,
hard.
they were, the House bill was trying to do away with the whole concept.
And give it to the county. Any other
And
questions?
then, there was talk about budgeting of our,
The capital improvement?
yes.
Mhm.
What's that? Where's that
I
at?
have not heard. So my DLGF representative, she said that they haven't gotten a lot of news on it. But she expects that we would find out something about if our capital improvement plan was accepted by the end of the year.
And
That's her assumption.
keep in mind that our capital improvement plan was actually not for this year, but for next year.
For 27?
Yeah, for 27, because when we were asking for it, our budgets were already we're already committed at the end of 25 for 26. So we came up with a plan that would start to be spent in 27.
So it'd be 27, 28, and 29, because you're responsible for a 3-year capital improvement.
Now, ask about 4-H. Have you guys heard anything regarding 4-H in York Township? Because it sounded like there was some talk about.
We don't know what's happening. That's something that I will get in contact with the.
I know
the,
Black Pine wants that property pretty bad out there. Park.
They do.
I read the big thing about that too.
But that's interesting. Yeah, I'll call my friend Matt Dice and I'll call Matt Dice and talk to him about what he knows. So, because I know we were planning on helping them with that, so. Yeah. Any other questions? No? Lee, anything? Chris? Well, I move that we adjourn this meeting. In favor.
So
Good night. Thank you.
the next meeting is when?
The next meeting is our text list. Put the glasses on.
Come on, Grandma.
That's right. Here. I think I texted him. You.
I have it in my calendar, but